First, you have to find the inverse of f of x. So in this case, for f of x, we're going to set it up as x equals a negative 3y minus 4. And then move the minus 4 to the left. And now we have to divide each side by negative 3. Don't leave that negative sign in the bottom. On the top, make it negative x minus 4, and on the bottom, 3. And then set that equal to y. And while we're at it, we can go ahead and evaluate for what we need for f of x, and that's negative 3. So inverse of f of negative 3 will be a negative 3 minus 4 over 3, which is not 9, but that is 3. Positive 3 minus 4 over 3. So that's negative 1 over 3. We will hold that and go back to the g function, which is the square root of 2x minus 6. Alright, so g, the inverse of g of x, and that is the square root of 2x minus 6. I did not mean to put that sign there. I should be doing this, and y equals, or x equals the square root of 2y minus 6. That was a minus in there, right? Okay. So now we can solve for it. We have to square both sides, and then move the minus 6 to the left. Divide by 2. And now we have to evaluate that for positive 2. So the inverse of g of 2 equals 2 squared plus 6 divided by 2, which is 4 plus 6 over 2. 10 over 2 will give me a 5. So the problem altogether is the inverse of f of negative 3 plus the inverse of g of 2. So the f goes first, and we'll pick that up here with a negative 1/3. And then we have to add to that what we found down here for the g function, which is 5. Common denominator would have to be 3. So a negative 1/3 plus 15 over 3 would be 14 over 3. As a mixed number, it is 4 2/3. Alright, we don't need an inverse of this one. Notice it just says a of 10. So we can do a of 10 now to come up with 10 multiplied by 2 and then minus 2. We will be dividing all of that by 3. So 20 minus 2 over 3 is 18 over 3, which neatly comes out to be 6. But now we have to find the inverse of b of x. So the inverse of b of x can be found by doing x equals 1/3 y minus 6 and solving for y. So x plus 6 equals 1/3 y. Multiply both sides by 3 to get rid of the fraction. That's 3x plus 18 equals y. And we're looking for negative 4 in this. So here it is. And when we plug it in, it's 3 times negative 4 plus 18. That's a negative 12 plus 18. And that also comes out to be 6. But notice the problem says we must subtract the 2. And when we do 6 minus 6, we come back with an answer of 0. Okay, we have to start with the inverse of this. So we'll just go off to the right of that, if we can. And we're going to start solving it by doing the following. X equals a negative 3y minus 1 over 2. And then we're going to solve for y. So we have to multiply both sides by 2. If we multiply both sides by 2, we come up with 2x here, And then on the right side, we're left with negative 3y minus 1. Now we'll have 2x plus 1 equals negative 3y, and then divide this by negative 3. But it should be negative 2x minus 1 over positive 3. And for that, we have to find 4. So if we put in a 4 here, we will have the inverse of b of 4, and that's going to be a negative 2 times 4 minus 1 over 3, which is negative 8 minus 1 over 3. And this looks like it's going to work out neatly to be negative 9 over 3, which is a negative 3. Let's hold that one. And then go to the c function. We'll do that one in green. And we'll start here. X equals negative 6y minus 5. So that's going to be x plus 5 equals a negative 6y. And then x plus 5 divided by negative 6. Change the signs on the top and the bottom. And now for that one we have to find negative 5. So c, the inverse of c of negative 5 is going to be a negative 5 minus 5 over 6, which is 5 minus 5 over 6. That turns out to be 0. So from the problem here, we have to find the two answers added together. So that would be negative 3 plus 0, which is negative 3.